even before the assassination of Charlie Kirk, we saw the reports, we saw the numbers of record Bible sales, the scripture engagement going through the roof. I can only imagine that is going to continue. What does that say about the state of our culture and our longing and our hunger for truth?
Yeah, I've actually done polls in my church on Sunday morning the last couple of weeks. I've just asked the question, hey, is there anybody brave enough to say this is your first time in church in a year or two or maybe ever? And we'll have multiple hands will go up. I'll ask the question of, hey, how many of you bought your first Bible or bought a Bible again after maybe not having one for some time after Charlie Kirk was assassinated? And, quite a few hands went up in the room. I have one church. I'm sure that when you look at that stat across this nation, it is massive. We'll wait for our friend Dr. George Barna to tell us exactly how many it is and do the math on it. But I'm very confident that we're going to see some significant numbers, as a result of that. I think that especially among this younger generation, there was already trends. I mean, Charlie was the one that really helped break this news and really, I think, was responsible for even shaping it to start with. We already have Gen Z males being more conservative to their boomer counterparts. That's basically the first time that has happened, where the younger generation is more conservative than the older generation among men in American history. I mean, this is very significant stat. Charlie was at the epicenter of that, conservative shift. I think especially among young men. What we've seen disproportionate is young women tend to lean more towards a progressive worldview. What's yet to be seen, and I'm very optimistic about this, is we could talk about the Charlie Kirk effect, but I think we also need to talk about the Erica Kirk effect. And I think that just her witness at the memorial alone. And then, prior to that, with the speech that she gave on national television after, I think it was the Friday after Charlie was killed, that's already impacting, millions. And so I think that, we're going to see more younger, stronger female role models that are going to stand up on the other side of this, that are going to start rivaling the Taylor Swifts and the Beyoncés. There's already a lot of there's a lot of great role models for young men that are conservative leaning. We've got, almost virtually every household name podcast host that you think of that's male, or, even political figure right now, pastors. There's a lot to go on, for young men. But I think young women have had a harder time finding those nationally recognized household names. And, short of pop artists, it's hard to name females that have a household name that are impacting young women. But I think the tide has turned on that, and we're going to start seeing a shift.